intro.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Civilised Podcast, episode 13. Today I am joined by the regulars, James and Maxi, and our honourable critics, Asher and Nick.
Okay. Hello everyone. Yes. Everyone's gonna host this episode because I didn't get paid enough to do the job. Because we're not monetized.
Are you trying to suggest that I do?
No, I don't. I'm not suggesting that you do get paid.
Okay.
Keep it up.
I'm gonna say creeper.
Okay.
Okay. So the first topic of today is NBA 2K. We're all familiar with that, right? And how
Yep.
sports games are crap.
Yep.
So NBA
Fucking video game, all off.
NBA 2K20 has released a trailer that has displayed their quote unquote new monetization method, which is literal gambling. So their trailer outlined like literal slot machines, and then these like famous YouTubers like playing the game and using those slot machines and then getting like card packs for like LeBron James or whatever.
Don't worry, this gives players a sense of pride and achievement.
That's EA. That's not 2K.
I know.
I don't feel achieved in video games. I just die all the time in them.
Mm-hmm. So I honestly NBA 2K has just been going downhill since as long as I could remember. Sports
Since
games
2K.
Since 2K. Sports games have not been in a good position for the past 2 years. And this so the game is rated E for everyone. So they are suggesting that slot machines are okay for 3-year-olds. And that's what the ESRB are suggesting as well, because they're the ones that give out these ratings. So this honestly does not make any sense to me. Okay, so
I mean, I guess the more people they can get gambling, the more money everyone else makes.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, no one cares about morals and
but
values.
this is gambling. Okay, on the ESRB rating system, when there is simulated gambling, which is you don't put any actual money into it, it's just simulated. So they already give you the money or whatever. It gets a teen rating. But because this is legit gambling, because you use the V currency or I forgot what you call it in NBA 2K. It's V, not V bucks.
Yeah, that's what.
Not V bucks.
Bucks in the NBA.
V dollars or something.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
so people actually buy that, and then that goes to new gambling method. So
Yeah, I think
it's
they have something like
real
that in
gambling.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, but Grand Theft Auto has a R18.
But that
Yeah.
yeah, that's already.
Yeah.
So I think that's okay.
It's.
Yeah.
I mean, not. I mean, I wouldn't say it's good, but I'm also not completely against it, to the level that I am in this case.
Just need to learn how to gamble.
I mean, in regards to GTA 5, it's aimed for audiences who know what's in it. But for 2K, there are kids who are gonna play it who don't know what gambling is. Who are gonna.
But of course,
it's a normal thing. It's a good thing. It's fun, but later down the track they're gonna get addicted to it, and it's more going to be addicted to it.
But I was gonna say, but people, play Grand Theft Auto who are like 5 years old, and well,
Yes, that's true.
that's also something
then-
else. However,
then that's the
they
parents'
also
fault.
shouldn't
That's the parents'
be if
negligence.
they're 5 years old.
That's the parents' negligence.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the parents' fault for letting the kids actually play the game.
Okay, can I just ask you guys something? Do you guys play Call of Duty?
Yeah.
No.
I do. but a little bit.
Not really, no.
Okay,
own
okay,
no
guys. I
game.
think well, let's just all admit it. We've all played games that we weren't.
I
actually.
haven't.
No, we've all played games that like had a
But I
higher
haven't.
rating than our actual age.
Yeah, we've had-
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you know,
but we're
it's
mature.
ha-
We're not
yeah,
gonna play Grand Theft Auto for
but it's
like 10
also
years while robbing
I'd say it's up to the caregiver to decide whether they're mature enough.
Yeah, like I started playing
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto
Oh.
on my phone. Like not on my phone, but like on iOS, like the free app. From like a younger age, but the next day I didn't go kill someone. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mhm.
You just have to be like
Of course,
the parent can trust that person to be mature.
of
And,
course.
that person's not gonna rob a bank.
It's kind of like chemistry, how everything there's no rules. They're more like guidelines, except
Yeah.
they're technically rules, but people treat them as guidelines. Bit
Yeah,
different.
because I know a lot of people they kill people and rob, and then they always blame it on Grand Theft Auto. That's really common,
Yeah.
but that's just and
Oh,
the
Stan,
overrated
video
so it's nothing to do with
games.
the rating.
The same way that
Causing
everyone
violence.
blamed Fortnite for kids
So-
becoming violent.
Yeah. Okay. So like, have you guys played Call of Duty?
Yeah.
So that has like that. We played a long time ago. That's a really what's the rating on that?
Probably
MA15.
Yeah, MA15. So obviously we
R18 for
played.
some.
Yeah. So we played. Obviously, we're not even 18, and we played way before we were 15, but we're still mature enough to
But it's it's not like that had actual gambling.
Yeah. I know, but I'm just saying. But it did have shooting.
um,
Shooting's still a big crime.
it sort of has gambling with the loot boxes.
Yeah.
But
But
anyway,
like Maxi, you played Call of Duty, but you didn't go kill someone the next day, did you?
no, I never did.
Yeah. So it's just like that. So your
Maybe
parents
I
trusted
did.
you to be mature, and turned out they were right.
Okay.
Or were they? Or were they?
So I really hate NBA, and Uman's cousin over here is quite addicted to it. We're
Don't
not gonna
say.
we're not gonna say his name because
name names.
For privacy
Yeah.
reasons.
yeah, but his cousin is quite addicted to it and says it's a very good game. And honestly, I always say you're delusional. Sports games are crap. Wake up. Okay. I think I'm done there.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say. If anyone else wants to say anything on that topic, they can. Okay, I guess not. Next topic. It's not mine.
Fortnite is dying.
Minecraft is on the rise.
Nice.
Nah.
$9.
Okay, James, do you want to explain
It's
this?
all
next
about
topic?
Roblox.
Gotta get that Robux. I'm gonna use a Robux generator and get scammed.
Terraria.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Topic 2. There was a 0-day exploit, which was more like a 2-year exploit. Am I right? No. Basically, what happened was there were these websites which people put code into, which basically allowed the owner's text messages, emails, photos, and logo and location data to be shared to the makers of the hack. So far, Apple has fixed the vulnerabilities. However,
Vulnerability.
lots of people have been exposed. Now, the way this worked was there was this code put on a website or put on websites. The websites which had this code have not been disclosed by the Google researchers. Google researchers. They didn't say who was behind the attack or what population was targeted. It was a silent fix by Apple in in February, and this exploit has been around for apparently two years. And so these experts, this guy called apparently Mr. Williams, according to ABC News Australia, said that they believe an authoritarian state was behind it, due to the way it was made.
I mean, they just need
I
someone to
see.
blame it on.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't blame it on themselves for their own negligence.
This person who will be blaming it, he was a researcher. So it's nothing to do with him. Yeah.
Yeah, but Apple would still never take responsibility.
Of
for
course they will. Well, by fixing it, they kind of did. I'd argue, but they're not gonna say.
It.
Really.
They're not gonna openly say it.
Nah.
Yeah.
On a
Because
public forum,
because
they're not
that's
openly
one thing that people use Apple for, because of their
Yeah,
because of typically iPhones are technically more secure, as everything has to be downloaded through the App Store.
Yeah.
And
Well-
also the fact that less people use it, therefore there's going to be probably less malware made for it than other operating systems such as Windows OS or Android. Yeah. So yeah,
Did someone just cough? I didn't quite hear properly.
I did. I
Yeah,
faked.
yeah,
I
yeah.
faked cough.
No, it
Like,
wasn't fake.
like as if I was like hiding, like Windows OS,
Okay.
because we all know what happened with Windows OS.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so this hasn't actually, though. Yeah, this has not affected me, as I don't own an Apple. I haven't, like, the last time I haven't used an Apple product in like 2 years. So
I have an iPad, but I don't really use it.
yeah, I've had an
And
iPad, but I
both
haven't
my
used it for
devices are
like.
either
2 years.
Microsoft or Android.
So this doesn't directly affect me,
Yeah, me too.
or
It hasn't affected me either.
well, you could have, because you do. Yeah.
And plus,
But-
I don't have my email or any like private photos on my iPad. Nor do I
Yeah.
have text.
Like as far as location data goes,
Probably location.
people can see, hey, that's where they commonly are. That must be where I live. That's.
As long as you're not living in a palace, yeah. I don't.
I
think
mean, as long
no,
as you
probably.
okay. Where it does, however, if someone had one of these phones and was working in a top secret, I don't know, military base, that might not be good, but for the average user, it's not going to be huge. But also, yeah, it wasn't widely, it wasn't a wide thing apparently, quite limited. Yeah, and so that's
Okay.
all I've got to say about that.
Anyone else have any comments? No.
Not really, no.
It hasn't affected me, so I don't really have any comment on it.
Okay, well that leads us into
Oh, sorry.
topic 3.
Cough right into microphone. I thought it was muted.
So recently there was a leak of a PlayStation related. Oh, it doesn't even say PlayStation. It was just released by someone within Sony, and it's got the Sony logo. Okay, so it is PlayStation related, and it's a dev kit according to a developer at a company.
Who developed
Uh,
games
Yep.
for PlayStation?
The design for it is really ugly.
Absolutely. It's also kind of. I don't think it's a very good design myself.
it
As far as
It's-
airflow goes, either.
yeah, it sort of looks like, how do I explain this?
A fan, a modem.
Oh, yes,
it looks-
it looks like a overpriced modem.
Yeah, that's what it looks
That's
like.
a great. It's a great analogy. It looks like
It looks like a modem.
okay. As
a
if
very advanced modem.
assuming this was passively cooled, it would get a lot of airflow. This, but I don't think the PlayStation 5 is gonna be passively cooled because the last
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen.
4 haven't been, and they're gonna just.
PlayStation are providing internet service.
But yeah, I just because you also got to have airflow. Like, yeah, you got lots of vents, but you're gonna have to put them in the right place to have the airflow. First of all, you gotta have enough space to put a fan, and that fan's got to pull air or push air through a heatsink. This design, I think, is just gonna push air out the side, and if you got a fan, it's not gonna go all through the heatsink. So I think it's a bad design.
Could also be.
Personally,
It could also be an advanced TBG.
yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
Honestly, I couldn't care less about the design if I was getting a really good experience when playing games.
That is true. But I just think, why spend so much money to make one that is probably has a poor thermal design looking at it. And that looks ugly when they could literally just do a box and it would look better.
Do you know one thing I don't understand? Why does it say "Let's go"?
Oh, that is just the ones that made the render, I think, of that. Just
Okay.
that render, I think.
Anyone else have any more comments on this?
No,
I mean, I guess no matter what PlayStation does,
So
It's still-
glad
it's still gonna
I
sell.
can't even
That's- yeah.
register anything.
Okay. Thank you for your comment on
No
PlayStation.
problem.
Because don't forget, people are going to be putting this inside. Probably going to be putting it inside a cabinet. They have got to expect that, and I think that well, I just don't think that the airflows doesn't look that great. Yeah.
yeah, it's not too great.
Just triggers you how it's just empty in the middle. It's just like
I think
Yeah.
I think that's
it's just it
I
just
don't,
it
I
just
don't know
doesn't
how
look
to explain it really.
weird.
Because the reason why that'd be
Looks like
empty.
something's missing.
Exactly. Looks like something's missing.
Maybe you could slot something in.
But then
Yeah,
that
that's what I was
would.
thinking. It's like it still looks weird though.
It's.
Still looks really
But
weird.
then. But then why'd you be putting vents there?
Yeah,
It's.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
The
That's
design
true.
is just really confusing.
Yeah.
Looks overdone. Just. They should just.
I think they just recently hired a fresh graduate from some bad university and then they got them to design it.
Personally, I'd rather a more minimalist design. A box.
No,
Just a box that looks.
I just prefer a box, a small box.
you
I mean,
know
no
what
no one's going to look at your your console, your gadget. Who cares?
you know what it looks like, James? It looks like a bunch of engineering kids designed it in SolidWorks.
except it's got except someone that knows a little bit about modeling. So they made it look all fancy.
Mhm.
It like when it's lit up in the center, kind of looks like a stadium.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like someone is trying to show off their 3D modeling skills. That's about
Mhm.
it to me. Yeah.
Any more comments? Any further comments?
You post an image of this in general, of
Yeah.
the suit thing, whatever it is.
I'll do it.
9.
Uman,
that it? Oh.
you're still moaning, Uman.
You want to talk about Fortnite
I'm
dying?
just gonna
Yeah.
move my mic. Okay, we are talking about
What the fuck is this?
what?
He's talking
What
about
sort of
the.
design is this?
What?
It's a dev kit. It's not the final design.
It
Wait,
looks
what?
cool, but
Maxi, why did you send the image?
Because he wanted to look at it.
Okay,
Okay, so
topic four?
Uman, yeah, topic 4 is quite
Okay, this is
interesting.
really controversial. A New Jersey brother and sister are finally allowed to marry after 10 years.
That's a long time.
Okay, after a 10-year long court battle. Okay,
Finally.
and
I wouldn't use that word.
so the family lawyer Julian Gray argued that criminalizing incestuous marriage while first cousin marriage was legal in the state of New Jersey was a nonsensical and discriminatory measure. Okay, and okay, I'm not going to
Okay,
read that.
so,
I'm
so
just gonna paste that in the.
the biology between like with incest is children who are born out of incest are more likely or are more prone
Yeah, to be
to
born with defects.
autism, Down syndrome,
To
and all
be
those
special.
kind of things. So basically, the law's trying to be like, hey, we don't want people who are going to bring down society and who aren't going to help out society because society needs to work together to function. So we're going to make this illegal. And now people are like, no, we want to have dysfunctional children.
These are the. Sorry, but
Why
these
am
are
I
the
allowed
worst
to bang my cousin but not my sister? It just doesn't make any sense. James Baines criticized outside of court.
Yes.
Oh
It's
my
just
god.
It's a
That-
big
that- yeah, that's
difference.
basically,
that's what he said. Yeah, I didn't want to
basically
say
the
that.
law is like, hey, we don't want you to like bring people into the world who are going to be a burden on society, so no incest. And people are like,
How do
no, we
you-
want burdens.
How do you even crave that anyway? Seriously.
I don't know.
The
I mean,
overjoyed
people
pair
have
said
weird
they did it.
fetishes.
No, this is taken too far.
The overjoyed pair said they did it for the millions of Americans who have consensual incestuous relationships and who are living in fear, and blasted the government for wasting taxpayers' money fighting their challenge.
That's
Oh
their
my
biggest
God.
problem.
I pasted something into the Google Doc. Can you get the bot
Incest
to say
has
that as
been
well?
practiced by humans since the dawn of time. If Adam and Eve hadn't done it, the human race would not be here today, James Baines told reporters after his historic victory.
Okay. That seems incredibly absurd to compare that to Adam and Eve, but okay.
Okay,
I mean, they were the only humans.
people saying
So-
that Adam and Eve's children had incest in order for there to be other humans.
Who said Adam
Okay,
and Eve were sisters?
That's an exception.
No, they're children.
That's an exception.
Anyhow,
Adam
like-
and Steve, Adam and Steve.
Yeah.
Who said Adam and
Steve from
Eve were real?
Minecraft.
Okay. So anyone want to make any further comments?
Okay, I would like to say
These people are stupid.
I don't even. I'm for it. I'm for it. Go for it. I'm for it.
What?
Okay
for-
then.
Maybe
'Cause,
they are
I
a
think-
metaphor,
I think
maybe
Nick-
they are fake.
Nick, you're very familiar with
Depends
Why do you
on
say
your
that?
religious view.
Mick, you're
What
very you're very familiar with my Crunchyroll queue, aren't you?
I
So,
actually
you know,
haven't even looked at it, to be honest. I've
uh,
just been watching Black Clover.
Sponsored by
Uh,
Coca-Cola Max.
well, if you look at my Crunchyroll history, you'll just see a bunch of Syscon stuff.
I'm not even going to comment on that.
Sponsored by Horny Nut Cheerios.
We're not even getting paid for
Okay.
that. We're not getting paid, man.
Okay.
Okay.
Any further questions, comments, or queries?
What would I?
Sorry. Can you repeat that?
https:// Hassan online
Our
/
music to
New
me
Jersey
is
brother and sister allowed to marry after 10-year-long court battle /
oh mate.
Yep.
Okay. Would anyone else like to say anything?
No.
Wait a second.
Nah, I got nothing to say. I just
No further comments. Do what
I don't
pleases you.
understand these
Do what
people.
pleases you.
Yeah, do what pleases you. You know, if traps are allowed, why can't incest be allowed?
disgusting.
I'm just saying.
You know what?
Disgusting.
That person who just said that,
I think it
they
is
should be,
effing disgusting.
they should be one of
Okay.
our major critics next episode. Because as you know, they can say anything that comes out in their mouth because it's a bot.
Hey bro.
People
Oh,
have some
sorry,
weird
they could say
fetishes.
anything can come out of their mouth because they're a bot, so they can say anything.
They then mean it can say
EEM
anything
God.
since it's a bot.
Sorry.
It's not a person. You just say it can say anything, not they. It's not a person.
Nigwa.
Yeah. Well, it's a
Oh,
bot.
whoa. Okay, we're not even monetized, and you're trying to prevent us from getting monetized, bot.
Knee God.
Wait, Nick, what'd you say?
I said you're calling the bot they. It's not a person. It's a bot. Just call it it.
My
Okay,
knee
I'm
has a
sorry,
guard
guys.
on it.
It can say whatever it wants to. Okay. No, come
Knee
on,
God.
Nick. Give it some sense of importance. Say they. Or
Okay.
she.
He.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Something.
better. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So.
I am a Apache attack helicopter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I?
So,
So, any final questions, comments, or queries about any topic
Neem.
or
Some
anything to do with
some of
this
my
episode?
favorite animes are syscon animes.
I
Okay.
don't.
Okay. Well, Nick, thank you for being a special guest on today's episode, and we look forward to having you next episode. It's really good to have you on the show.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's been a pleasure.
It has
Okay.
been a true pleasure.
Also, subscribe. If you don't subscribe, I'll delete.
And
I'll
you are
delete
not
Minecraft from
welcome for
existence.
having me.
Okay. Well, thank you. That's the end of
Knee guards.
Civilized Podcast, episode 13. And we'll join you next time.
Join the Discord server. It's
pretty lit, fam.
Yeah.
yeah. You should really join the Discord server.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Somehow the Discord server has more members than our YouTube channel having subscribers.
It cool 20.
And finally tonight, the many layers to the return of Tiger Woods. The world-famous golfer played in the opening round of the Masters tournament in Augusta, Georgia today. The married father of small children had not played since the news broke of his secret sexual life with many women.
Running down the gutter with a piece of bread and butter. Diarrhea. Running down the gutter with a piece of bread and butter. Diarrhea.